Hello, I'm Coercer and we're watching Games from ArtifactCup number 31. We have now finally arrived at the last matchup from round 1 of this round robin tournament, and this match will be played between IceMan and me. Both of us will be playing as Gaussian, and of course the map is Dune Sea. I don't remember if I've mentioned this in my first video, but in these round robin tournaments, each round has a set map. So round 1 is played on Dune Sea, and then the other rounds each have a specified map in advance. So that's really long. Let's look at production. We will be looking at this game from IceMan's perspective, as that will be more interesting for me, and I don't really remember how this game played out, but in any case, IceMan has spawned in as the default. No, the default one is black, isn't it? Yes, as the white and red Gaussian forces, and I have spawned in as the kinda grey and red Gaussian forces. So it's Gaussian versus Gaussian. Not a matchup we see often these days, but it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I really don't remember what I did in this game, so this should be as interesting for me as it will be for you. IceMan is producing his first sand skimmers. He has placed a forward scanner with his base runner, so he will have a good view of the main dune here. It definitely looks like he is looking to pick up a artifact quickly and then deliver it home. I did recycle or retire my base runner, and as you can see, I did not move my carrier, and I don't really know why. It would have been better. Now, IceMan is still producing sand skimmers, so he has not yet built any additional. Oh no, he did build 2 additional salvagers. So for now, he is not mining from this second main resource patch, while I am already delivering some of these first batches to my carrier, and I have rebuilt my base runner, and I also have a sand skimmer out to scout around. Now, just as these artifacts will spawn, IceMan will grab this one, and he will try and deny me from picking up an artifact with my base runner, since he has 7 skimmers out and about, and that will prove to be quite deadly unless I do something about it now. IceMan is now building up his salvager force. His production cruiser is right here in the middle of nowhere. Maybe if he really was going for a sand skimmer heavy opening, it would have been better if his production cruiser would be somewhere with his forces. Now, of course, since my sand skimmers are completely outnumbered, I am wasting these sand skimmers. Probably an effort to just delay them a bit more, so that my base runner can get back to base, and I am constructing assault ships in the meantime. So should IceMan decide to move in with his sand skimmers, my assault ship will be ready to fend them off, as well as the Gaussian carrier with its very good point defense guns would be able to deal with these sand skimmers quite effectively, unless of course he would focus down my production cruiser. I'm going to lose my scanner. IceMan is going to deliver that artifact without issue, and IceMan is now constructing assault guns, so that's pretty cool of him. So he immediately transitioned to something else, and he is slowly expanding to that second resource spot. My assault ships are now moving out, and IceMan spots the first assault ship with his scanner, so he knows what's up. But these 2 assault guns should be able to deal with one assault ship, and indeed with assault ships that come in one after the other, this force should be able to at least defend against this assault. Now, if I'd have all three of my assault ships in a pile and then decided to attack, these salvagers could go down very quickly. IceMan delivers his first artifact, so he's now leading 1-0, and this should be an interesting match here, as the assault ships crest that hill and these assault guns are bunched up, and assault ships of course deal AoE damage, and one assault gun goes down almost immediately. But as these assault guns are faster than the assault ships, and all of these sand skimmers were supporting that force, both of those assault ships are defeated fairly quickly. IceMan is now building heavy railguns in addition to his assault railguns, and those sand skimmers will be able to cause quite some havoc. Of course, IceMan could have taken out my base runner here, and I'm not sure why he didn't kill it. I mean, he did have more than enough sand skimmers, he could have done so, and I somehow got away with picking up another artifact at my other base runner. All in all, this actually doesn't look too good for me. IceMan is moving across the map with a production cruiser. He is building railguns from it continuously, and my assault ships are heavily outranged, and I can just barely save that assault ship. And hopefully, if I move it away far enough, it'll start to regenerate, and indeed it does. So that assault ship is safe. I managed to deliver that one artifact, so the artifact score is now tied, and if these sand skimmers move in too close on these assault ships, they will get taken out quite easily. But it seems that IceMan kept his cool and wasn't tempted to check out that thing if those assault ships are indeed there. Now, IceMan does have a base cylinder in a forward position, and he has also placed a scanner at one of my expansion bulkheads, so he would immediately know if I expanded to that point or not. Now, IceMan is still at one production cruiser at the moment, as am I, or does he have to? No, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see this one. He does have two production cruisers, I apologize. Well, I am still on one production cruiser, but since I went for assault ships, I now also have interceptors researched, and since those production cruisers are rather far away from his main force, these interceptors are extremely effective against his units. But as soon as my interceptors would come in range of these production cruisers, and I believe IceMan was researching missile battery fabrication, yes, and he is already producing two from his carrier. My air force will be shut down quite effectively. In the meantime, IceMan was raiding my resource operation, but I managed to fend it off, and IceMan is trying to outrun these two assault ships with his base runner. And he does, for some reason my assault ships didn't chase that down, so he gets away with it for now, and hopefully I will be able to take that out with my interceptors. Or am I just going to go for his resourcing? Yes, indeed. Interceptors have free reign to attack his main, as I figured that IceMan would now focus his AE around his units, around his railguns, so that he wouldn't lose his army to another interceptor attack. But then, of course, in my infinite wisdom, I let the interceptors return home directly over IceMan's units, and I lose all of them. Is this one still? this one might make it. Or not, it's getting too close to those. It just manages to survive. So, yeah, I lose 2 interceptors for no reason. And now IceMan is looking quite scary here. He has an assault ship, he has 3 missile ships, he has 2 heavy railguns and 2 assault railguns, while I only have assault ships available. But I did invest something into power reserve, into the carrier power reserve, so I have some additional energy available. And once again, my interceptors return to the carrier right over his forces, and I immediately lose 2 interceptors. I think I lost all of them. Let me check. Yeah, I lost that entire ring, I'm sure. IceMan is now focusing down my salvagers, which I think might have just been an error when he control dragged over this. I believe the salvagers have a higher target priority than the carrier, so these heavy railguns were firing on those salvagers, while they could have been hitting my carrier and causing quite some damage. Now moving in with my carrier, I have 2 energy levels in range and in weapons, so his units might be in quite a bit of trouble if I'll just be able to pick off these heavy railguns at range. But IceMan is doing a good job just kiting my carrier, and I decide to turn around and not to risk any further engagement. I am sending out some interceptor sorties to take out as many salvagers as I can, since obviously both IceMan's production cruisers are here, so he doesn't have refinery tech, and all of his resourcing is based out of his main. Similarly to me, but my production cruiser is hanging out there and helping with the efficiency. Both of us have secured 2 artifacts, and IceMan is just about to secure his 3rd artifact, and it looks like IceMan has decided to move one of his production cruisers back. Did he research refinery mode? No, he didn't yet. We're just going to see if he will, but he is building salvagers from that one production cruiser that is retreating. And I'm now trying to make something happen with Sand Skimmer Force. I believe. No, I did not upgrade these at all, so they are able to fight with the Sand Skimmers and take some of them out. They are eventually overpowered by IceMan's railguns, and IceMan secures his 3rd artifact. So IceMan is just playing this very calculated, and he is just trying to edge ahead in the artifact count, but one of my base runners manages to sneak around his forces, and if IceMan won't turn around and try to take it out, I will be able to deliver that one without issue. And just as I say that, IceMan's units move out to intercept that base runner, and it's already damaged, so I'm not sure if that'll make it to the extraction zone. I now have a 2nd production cruiser out, and I'm just building up as many sand skimmers as I can, since his force is mostly railgun focused. IceMan has not researched refinery mode. I guess he's just rebuilding salvagers from that other production cruiser, and this might have been a bit of an error on his part, as he moved in on my forces. He knows my carrier has quite a bit of power in the range and in weapons. He saw that before, and he moved in closer so my sand skimmers could close the distance more easily. But IceMan does have assault ships in that force, and those sand skimmers are eventually taken out. He could have used the direct fire barrage ability from his missile batteries. That would have dealt considerable damage to the sand skimmers, and now he is not quite paying attention. I think he was busy taking out my base runner there, and he didn't notice in time that my carrier is in his face. I'm just chasing down as many units as I can, and indeed IceMan is just left with assault ships and missile ships against my powered carrier, which has 3 power in speed, and that will be able to chase down all of these units. I do believe those assault ships, I mean assault railguns, are still able to keep up with the carrier, but that production cruiser can't really run away as effectively. Some damage is now being dealt to my carrier, but it's just powering ahead. Through all of that, I have a level of power in the regenerative system, so that carrier will be quite tanky. In the meantime, IceMan is building up heavy railguns back in his base. That should be quite effective. My carrier is just moving in and trying to take out this production cruiser before it gets over this dune. If I can remember correctly, carriers can't really move across this patch of terrain here. You have to be a bit more careful how you approach this, so you can eventually go up that dune, but as you can see, this carrier is having some trouble maneuvering around here, and IceMan moves it across the dune and saves that production cruiser. So that could have been quite devastating for him if he would have lost that. I tried to deal some damage to his economy by moving in with my skirmishers, sand skimmers, but they are taken out quite effectively by that carrier. By now, IceMan also has quite a bit of power in his carrier, and I'm once again trying to sneak a artifact in with a base runner, but I did not take out these assault railguns with my carrier when I was in range, and I completely forgot about these. This base runner might just be able to make it before it gets blown up.
Enemy armor inbound.
And indeed, yes, it does secure that artifact. So I'm now leaving. Oh no, we both have 4 artifacts delivered. So some of my memory is now coming back. I was actually quite worried at this very point that IceMan might deliver another artifact. So I am expending quite a bit of focus on killing this base runner, so it wouldn't pick up that artifact. And my carrier will now try and take out these assault railguns, so my extraction zone will be free. In the meantime, IceMan, what has he done? He is researching the dart maneuver on the assault railguns, which is pretty awesome. You basically move. They basically move as fast as a sand skimmer, I believe, but a very short time span. But that can save these assault railguns, or they can move in close enough to deal damage. And now IceMan is focusing on protecting his base runner. He will try and take an artifact, but I snatch the one that was spawned closest to him just as IceMan starts to bring his plan into motion, and a group of sand skimmers is now coming in to support these assault ships. And if IceMan will ignore these assault ships, they will just AoE down all of these forces, and assault railguns go down very quickly. 2 assault ship fire, and these sand skimmers are now dealing some additional damage to these heavy railguns. All in all, that probably hurt him more than it did me. I mean, those assault ships did a lot of damage. They took out 2 assault railguns and I believe a heavy railgun. So that does secure my position a bit more. My carrier is a bit safer. The less heavy guns are out on the field, the better. And now my base runner will deliver the final artifact next to these smoldering wrecks of the previous base runners. And I win by collecting 5 artifacts. And I definitely underestimated IceMan here a bit. He could have secured the 5th artifact first, and it wasn't quite as easy as I thought it would be, so well done to IceMan. And I believe in the next few rounds he does get better as he warms up. Similar to me, this was the first match of this Artifact Cup, and those are usually the worst for me. So no one is, of course, eliminated since this is a round robin tournament, and we all go on to play in the next round. So thank you for watching this round 1 of Artifact Cup number 31 with me, and we'll see you again. Well, we'll see each other again, kind of, when we go to round 2. So thanks for watching.